The Lamborghini Lanzador 2028 is not just another electric vehicle, it is a symbol of transformation, an icon that redefines what the future of performance, luxury, and exclusivity means in the automotive world, because for decades Lamborghini has been associated with roaring V12 engines, fire-spitting exhausts, and an attitude that screamed rebellion. Yet with the Lanzador, the Italian marque has dared to silence the roar, and replace it with the hum of electricity without losing even an ounce of its soul, and that makes this machine extraordinary. From the very first glance you know you are not looking at a traditional SUV or a typical coupe. You are staring at a futuristic sculpture born in Santa Gata, with sharp lines, dramatic proportions, and Lamborghini's signature Y-shaped light signatures that seem like eyes glowing in the night. The stance is muscular, wide, and aerodynamic, designed not just to be beautiful, but to cut through the air with efficiency. The low-slung roofline, blending the aggression of a supercar with the practicality of a four-seat Grand Tourer, making the Lanzador a rare mix of SUV capability and coupe desirability. And when you approach it, adaptive aero flaps and vents begin to breathe like a living organism, opening and closing depending on speed and cooling needs, giving the impression that the car itself is alive, engineered to constantly adapt to its environment. Step inside, and the experience transforms yet again, because the interior of the Lanzador is not simply luxurious, it is futuristic, sustainable, and theatrical. Lamborghini has used eco-conscious materials like merino wool, regenerated carbon, and high-end leather alternatives that feel ultra-premium yet environmentally responsible. Wrapping the cabin in a balance of tradition and innovation, the dashboard floats with digital panels. Holographic displays project information in augmented reality. And the fighter jet-inspired start/stop button is still there now. Controlling a new kind of beast, the steering wheel is designed more like a yoke, giving a futuristic vibe while providing full tactile control, and passengers in the rear seats enjoy surprising space thanks to intelligent packaging of the battery platform, making the Lanzador both practical and exclusive. But the real magic lies under the skin. Because this car is powered by a dual-motor all-wheel drive system, producing over 1 megawatt of power, which translates to more than 1,300 horsepower. Launching this coupe SUV from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2.5 seconds, rivaling the fastest hypercars in the world, torque vectoring ensures that every wheel gets exactly the power it needs, making handling razor-sharp and confidence-inspiring. Lamborghini has integrated four-wheel steering, adaptive air suspension, and active aero to create a driving experience that feels more alive than any other EV. And the battery technology is just as groundbreaking, offering between 450 and 500 miles of range, thanks to a next-generation solid-state inspired pack, while 800-volt ultra-fast charging allows most of the battery to be replenished in about 30 minutes, making the Lanzador not only powerful but also practical for long journeys. Yet numbers alone don't capture the drama of this machine, because Lamborghini knows emotion matters more than specs, which is why they have developed a sound design system that creates a synthetic but visceral soundtrack inspired by jet engines and electric resonance, customizable so the driver can choose between futuristic silence or a symphony of electric aggression, keeping the spirit of Lamborghini drama alive even in the EV era. And beyond speed and sound, the Lanzador is also a luxury lounge, offering ambient lighting that changes with driving modes, biometric sensors that read your heart rate and stress levels to adjust settings for comfort or excitement, and an AI assistant that learns your habits, predicting your favorite routes, suggesting performance settings, and even adjusting climate zones before you ask, making the car feel more like a partner than a machine. In terms of heritage, the Lanzador pays homage to Lamborghini icons of the past, with design cues inspired by the Countach, Urus, and Sion, but evolves them into something that looks ready for 2035, ensuring continuity with tradition while forging a bold new identity. And when compared to rivals like the Tesla Roadster, Polestar 6, Maserati Quattroporte, Folgore, or Porsche Mission R, the Lanzador stands out not only because of its raw numbers but because of its character. Lamborghini refuses to build something ordinary. So while others focus on minimalism and efficiency, the Lanzador embraces drama, excess, and flamboyance, making it instantly recognizable as a raging bull. Then comes the matter of price, because exclusivity never comes cheap, with the Lanzador expected to start between $250,000 and $300,000 US, and with special editions or bespoke ad personam customizations, prices could easily climb above $350,000. Yet for Lamborghini owners, the price is not an obstacle but a badge of honor, because the Lanzador is not just a purchase, it is an investment into history, being the brand's first fully electric model, a car that collectors will treasure decades from now, much like the Miura, the Countach, and the Aventador. Ensuring its value will only rise over time, production will be limited, keeping it rare and desirable, and when owners walk into showrooms in 2028 to claim their keys, they will not just be buying transportation, they will be buying status, heritage, and the future of Italian supercar artistry, because what Lamborghini has achieved with the Lanzador is more than a technical achievement, it is an emotional one, proving that electrification does not mean the death of passion, it means a new kind of passion, quieter in sound but louder in presence, cleaner for the planet yet wilder for the senses. The Lanzador is the bold statement that Lamborghini will not just survive the electric revolution, it will lead it, showing the world that the future of luxury performance cars is not sterile, minimal, or soulless, but thrilling, dramatic, and unforgettable. And as the lights pulse during its shutdown sequence, the charging port glows like the heartbeat of a living creature, leaving you with the feeling that this is not merely a car. It is a glimpse into the future of mobility, one that carries the raging bull proudly into an electrified tomorrow. His futuristic immersion is amplified by Lamborghini's decision to not simply make an electric car, but to craft an emotional machine that engages all senses, because while many EVs chase silence, the Lanzador introduces an advanced sound design system that blends authentic motor whirs, synthesized frequencies inspired by jet engines, and customizable acoustic signatures that let drivers tailor the soundtrack of their journeys, giving the same goosebumps one would expect from a naturally aspirated V12 while embracing the possibilities of electrification. And as you push the car harder, the Lanzador rewards you with precision handling, its low center of gravity courtesy of the underfloor battery pack, combining with Lamborghini's legendary chassis tuning to create a sense of control that feels supernatural. And this isn't just a car for the road, it's also designed for versatility, with adaptive ride height and reinforced aero elements that allow it to handle different terrains, turning the Lanzador into not just a supercar but a grand touring SUV coupe capable of everyday usability without sacrificing its racing DNA. While inside the cabin, the luxury experience continues with ambient lighting that adapts to driving modes, seats designed with eco-conscious leathers and advanced 3D printed materials that are lightweight yet plush, and digital personalization so deep that each driver can create their own cockpit theme, their own driving personality stored in the car's AI memory, making every Lanzador unique to its owner. And this personalization extends to performance mapping as well, where the car learns when you like aggressive torque, when you prefer smoother delivery, and even predicts your favorite driving routes, suggesting dynamic settings before you even ask, which makes the Lanzador feel less like a car and more like a futuristic partner in mobility. But Lamborghini has not forgotten its brand ethos, and so the Lanzador carries design elements directly, inspired by the Countach, Urus, and Sion, a respectful nod to heritage while blazing a new trail forward, meaning that every angle you see feels authentically Lamborghini, even though this is the dawn of a new age. And while rivals like the Tesla Roadster, Polestar 6, Maserati Quattroporte EV, and Porsche Missionar will be fighting for supremacy in the high-performance EV space, the Lanzador sets itself apart with something none of them can replicate: Lamborghini's soul, a raw yet refined personality that thrives on drama, excitement, and an unapologetic sense of being extraordinary. Because where other EVs try to be perfect, the Lanzador dares to be emotional, aggressive, and iconic, positioning itself not just as a competitor but as the benchmark for what ultra-luxury electric sports cars will become. And looking forward, the Lanzador also sets the stage for Lamborghini's electrified lineup, paving the way for hybrid successors to the Aventador and Huracan, and demonstrating that even in a world of climate consciousness, regulations, and electrification, passion, adrenaline, and individuality will never die, because Lamborghini has shown that the future of supercars is not just alive but more thrilling than ever. And when customers finally step into showrooms in 2028, they won't just be buying a car, they'll be investing in a symbol of history, an icon of transition, and a machine that will define their status for decades to come. Because the Lanzador is not just about speed, luxury, or design. It is about rewriting the rules of automotive emotion in a silent yet thunderous revolution. And exclusivity is where the Lanzador truly solidifies its identity, because Lamborghini has never been a brand that chases volume or affordability. It has always been about rarity, status, and the pride of owning something few in the world can claim. And so the price of the 2028 Lanzador reflects that philosophy, with estimates ranging between $250,000 to over $300,000 depending on the configuration. But Lamborghini buyers know that the base price is just the beginning, because personalization through the ad personam program allows owners to create truly one-of-one masterpieces, with bespoke paint finishes, unique interior trims, exclusive wheels, and even custom digital displays that make every Lanzador distinct. And this level of customization, combined with its limited production numbers, will almost certainly push special edition versions closer to $350,000 or beyond, ensuring that the Lanzador remains a status symbol accessible only to the elite, the kind of car that not only represents wealth but also forward-thinking taste. Because while many high-net-worth individuals may choose traditional V12s or luxury sedans, the Lanzador makes a statement of embracing the future without sacrificing identity, a statement that says the owner is bold, innovative, and unapologetically extravagant, and this price point, though seemingly high, becomes justified when you consider what you are actually getting. A futuristic body sculpted with aerodynamic intelligence, a dual motor system with over a megawatt of power, a solid-state inspired battery pack with groundbreaking range, a digital luxury lounge for an interior, and above all, the emotional weight of owning Lamborghini's first fully electric masterpiece, a car that will forever carry historical significance, and for collectors this significance will likely translate to immense value appreciation over time, because being the first electric Lamborghini in history ensures that decades later, whether in museums or private collections, the Lanzador will be spoken of with reverence, much like the Miura, Countach, or Aventador are today, making the high entry price not just a purchase, but an investment in a piece of automotive history. And so when you see that $250,000 tag, you realize it isn't just about the cost of a car, it's the cost of owning a future legend.